Honorable Men Discord. Shannon Sharpe is under the spotlight. 100 M's minus 50 M's. Let's talk about it. So Shannon Sharpe is much like the person who he admires for sports, LeBron James. It seems like Shannon Sharpe uh, can't seem to get a break either. So I'll just run it down. Shannon Sharpe, as you know, was let go from uh, his show with Skip Bayless, and we all have seen that. We saw him tearing up, and then he concentrated on his podcast Club Shay Shay, which started to skyrocket once he had Cat Williams on the show. Then Stephen A. Smith looked out for him and brought him on to that platform with Stephen A. Smith, and he's been doing well for himself despite the scrutiny. So then you also had people that were scrutinizing him for his fashion choices. That orange bag that he had. They had a whole bunch of skits out there about him and that orange bag and the tight pants he had on. So he, much like LeBron James, doesn't seem to be able to catch a break. If you ask him, he thinks he's doing fine up until recently, and we're gonna get into what happened recently. But here we go. Shannon Sharpe nears historic $100 million media deal for Club Shay Shay, along with Nightcap, which he hosts Nightcap, with Ocho Cinco. So it seems like within days of this announcement, right, the $100 million media deal for Club Shay Shay, which is not a surprise because Club Shay is doing phenomenal, and kudos to Shannon Sharpe and much success to him. But right on the heels of that, now we have this. Shannon Sharpe accused of sexual assault battery in $50 million civil lawsuit. And this is why I designed the thumbnail the way I did, because what a coincidence now, right? $100 million. I don't believe that the ink is even dried. I'm not even sure if the pen even touched the paper as yet. But that $100 million is a proposal, I'm assuming, for the rights of Club Shay Shay and Nightcap, right? So right on the heel of that, now we have a potential $50 million civil lawsuit, which looks to minus the 100 million and take half of that, right? And ironically, it's by the same attorney that a while back tried to sue Jay-Z for the same thing. Bill Bixby, I believe the attorney's name is, and he had a little back and forth exchange with Jay-Z, and he's been painted as sort of a greasy, for lack of a better word, attorney that just runs with fake information and narratives to try to I guess make a case, But that's Bill Bixby. So that same attorney now is working to build up a case, or I should say, make the claim that Shannon Sharpe is potentially guilty of sexual assault. So it says here, Pro Football Hall of Famer and media personality Shannon Sharpe is facing a lawsuit accused of sexual assault and battery and engaging in the intentional infliction of emotional distress. The lawsuit was filed Sunday in Clark County, Nevada, and obtained by USA Today Sports. The plaintiff, listed under the alias Jane Doe, said she was in a relationship with Sharpe for nearly 2 years, and it began as a rocky, consensual relationship. The woman, who is seeking $50 million in damages, said she met Sharpe at a Los Angeles gym in 2023 when she was 19, and alleges in the lawsuit that Sharpe, who is currently 56 years old, sexually assaulted her twice, once in October 2024 and again in January 2025. Now, I'm not going to downplay any sexual assault, but as I've stated in other situations, I'm waiting to hear more detail on this. I just feel like it's ironic that on the heels of, again, this, which is a celebration of his historic $100 million deal for Club Shay Shay, we have someone now coming to take half of that in a lawsuit. Now, if evidence comes out that he's guilty, he needs to cough up the money, and potentially, I don't know if in a civil suit he does time behind that. I don't think so. But if he's guilty of it, he needs to cough up the money. What can I say? This has to be dealt with in the courts and not in the courts of public opinion. But here is a clip from TMZ, who also broke the news, speaking on this particular situation. Let's get into it.
Sorry, Shannon Sharpe. He's being sued for $50 million over an alleged rape. So she's going by Jane Doe for now, but she's saying that she met Sharpe at the gym in LA in 2023 when she was 20 and he was in his mid-50s. Then Sharpe said, look, he's going to buy her fake tits that won her over. They got together, and apparently they were together for quite some time, maybe up to like a couple years. But then following that, they had some incidents that she alleges that where she didn't want to go through with this sexual encounter.
Right.
And he wouldn't take no for an answer.
But he has not been criminally charged or arrested in connection with the claims.
No. This just came out this morning.
Yeah, which, like you said, like there was so much chitter chatter this past weekend about like him like gonna land this massive podcast deal. Like it seemed like his career was on the up and up, and then to like wake up post Easter.
Oh, I must add, being that I'm not sure whether or not that deal was even cemented, the $100 million deal for Club Shay Shay and Nightcap, does this now jeopardize that deal? It may not. Again, if these accusations are false, it would be a tragedy if the accusation itself prevents the deal. It would be a tragedy. But let's get back to it.
To this news, it's brutal, and I'm just so curious like how this will affect his career, because you think like when stuff like this comes out, look, it's like, yeah, okay, innocent.
One other thing, I'm sorry to stop it. He was able to avoid the lawsuit against Fox when the lady, and I covered this a while back with Say It Ain't So Skip episode. So he was the one person in that entire lawsuit, civil suit, that was not mentioned. So with that situation with Skip Bayless, it seemed as though he was the more honorable man out of the people that lady worked with, the hairstylist. But here we go now, months later, I want to say, and this is coming out. Now, again, I don't know whether or not it's true or whether or not it's false. We'll have to wait for more information and wait for the civil suit to take place to see how this plays out. But again, it'll be a tragedy if this affects his deal. Now, it's not a tragedy if he did in fact do the things that the woman is saying, because I'm not going to advocate for essay against women. So I'm not here to promote essay against women or condone it. So we'll just have to see in, I guess, the weeks to come what's going to play out with this. But let's get back to it.
Until proven guilty. But when stuff like this comes out, like the court of public opinion is brutal, and it could definitely hurt any lucrative deals you have in the pipeline.
Because like if say it's Spotify he's trying to sign with or whatever,
right?
Is Spotify is going to want to hear these charges out before they,
or they're going to be like, we need some kind of apology, or you need to address this. Which at that point, if you do have like, if there is an opportunity for a big lucrative deal, you're like, yes, I'll do anything.
Right.
Is it going to be good enough?
Look, this Jane Doe says that she tried to like end things for good with Shannon Sharpe after. Remember how he accidentally went live during
intercourse?
Sex?
Yes.
He accidentally went live on Instagram.
Was that her?
That wasn't her.
Oh.
But so then she saw this and was like, what the hell? This other woman? So that was kind of part of what sort of led to them going down a road where now she's alleging that, you know, she didn't give consent So yeah, I
I
don't
find
know.
that a little weird because it seems a little retaliation, right? Where it's like you're in a relationship. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like they were hooking up for a bit, right?
Yeah, for a couple years nearly. I think.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you see him cheating on you, and then it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna show him. It
Well, I mean,
feels a little, I don't know. Look, are her allegations true? If so, that's terrible. But I just don't like the timeline.
Timeline
Doesn't sit well
is
with me.
Interesting, the timeline. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. Shannon hasn't replied to this yet. We'll see. We'll update you when he does.
What do you guys think? Do you think that his deal is going to get scrapped, his podcast deal, because of this? Let us know in the comments.
Final story of the.
Yes, I don't know. I'm going to answer them. I don't know what's going to happen with this. I think it's a 50-50. He could potentially lose the deal, or it could still be on the table. These type of accusations do mess up brand deals and things of that nature. But it's he's innocent until proven guilty. So if the deal was to be sabotaged because of allegations, that would be unfortunate. But I don't know. I don't know how to call this. Let me get your opinions in the comments. But I can't call this. I just think it's the timing is crazy, for lack of a better word. Because let's just say that these are false allegations. I think they should have waited till at least he signed at the dotted line before bringing forth this information. But he hasn't even signed it yet. So, but again, if he's guilty of it, then he deserves to cough up the money. But we'll have to see. But that's my take on this. As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.